Hello everyone, today I'm going to be playing a game against my toughest opponent yet, Grandmaster Arik Braun. The time control is 10 minutes with 5-second increment. So I'm going to get started. Alright, I'm playing white. So I'm going to play e4. And I believe Grandmaster Arik plays the Sicilian. So, is he here? Okay, so he plays that. Here I'm going to decide either between knight f3 or the King's Gambit. The King's Gambit is something I usually play against lower rated players, but just to make things interesting, I'm going to play this against him. Alright. So the main idea of the King's Gambit is to, one, sacrifice one of your side pawns, like your C and F pawns, for one of his central pawns. So notice how he only has one center pawn now, and I have two. Okay, so he plays, I think it's known as like the Abbasia or something. Here, I'm pretty sure I can just accept this. If I take, he can just take with his queen, and then I can get a tempo on it. So I'm not exactly sure the theory behind this, but I'm pretty sure this might be good for me. Let's see. If I take, he takes d5. Maybe he just plays knight f6. And then can I play c4 to protect it? Here, let's just try it. Take, maybe knight f6, and then c4. And I want to play c4 before I play knight c3, so the c pawn isn't stuck. So yeah, this is interesting. Okay, so he takes. I'm gonna. Okay, here, knight c3 seems to be good. It develops one of my minor pieces, and it attacks his queen, so it gains tempo on his queen. So the queen's going to go to e6. I'm going to develop one more minor piece. So here I think I might be better, even though I'm down a pawn, because he has only developed his queen, and he has doubled f pawns, and yeah, he's behind in development. So now he's going to try to catch up. So I'm going to get my king to safety, and I'm going to play d4 at some point, and then maybe knight g5. He develops a piece there. Should I play d3 or d4 here? If I play d4, he oh, maybe I should make an intermediate move, bishop b5 check. The idea being, if I play bishop b5 check, he can't really play c6 because of rook to e1 check. So I'm freeing the e file for my rook. Because if I play rook e1 here, it's going to be pretty obvious what I'm up to, and he's just going to castle. So with bishop b5 check, I think he might have to go to f8. And same reason, if he plays like bishop d7 to block, I'd play rook e1 anyway. So his only option is to either move the queen, move the king, because he's in check, sorry. So yeah, bishop b5 check looks to be an attractive option, and his king is going to be stuck there, and his rook is going to have it's going to have a hard time trying to get out. So bishop b5. think that's good. Does he have any other options? Maybe knight f6 was his first mistake. I didn't really expect to be in this position 7 moves in, but yeah, that's why King's Gambit is a really nice opening to play, because it gets people out of their comfort zone, and it's a lot of fun for white to play. So, okay, I'm going to play bishop b5 because I don't really see any way he can prevent the rook e1 without playing king f8. And after king f8, he's going to be in a worse position. So yeah, he plays king f8, and then I play d3. d3 is probably good. It doesn't compromise me. Oh, well, d3 locks in my light squared bishop to this side of the board. So d4 keeps things a little bit more flexible. Maybe I want to play rook e1 here. If I play rook e1, he goes to g4. After g4, I can maybe play h3, or just play d4, opening up this bishop. Because yeah, I need to mobilize my pieces, because right now it's a good chance to start attacking, because his king is in a bad position. So if I don't allow him time to start developing and consolidating his position, I'll be very good. So yeah, I think I want to play rook e1 here. Yeah. I have tempo on his queen now, so he has to come to g4. If he goes to f5, I mean, that's fine too, but it's not really doing anything on f5. At least on g4, it's pressuring my king side, which is looking to be a little bit weak right now, actually. So I have to make sure nothing happens on my king side. So with rook to e1, I seize the e-file, and I'm going to have complete control over this open e-file now. So now I play d4, opening this dark squared bishop, putting a pawn in the center, controlling some nice central squares, and also providing an avenue of escape for this bishop. Because right now, c6 is an actual threat. So I must make sure my bishop isn't trapped behind my own pawns. Okay, he plays bishop d7. And let's see. I really want to get this knight into the game, maybe by playing knight e5. But the thing is, the queen is sort of pinning my knight to my own queen. I'm saying this because even though the material is even, I really don't want a queen trade here because it would be great for black. And remember, I'm still down a pawn in this position. So here I'm considering either bishop c4, keeping this bishop on a offensive post, or maybe bishop e2 so I can get my queen into the game and my knight. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna play bishop bishop c4. Keep the pressure on the position. So he's probably gonna play like knight c6, and then I'm gonna play knight b5, threatening to win the bishop here. Okay, and then I play knight b5. So this looks pretty good for me. One of the things you should always look out for when you're attacking is to try to gain control of the bishop pair, because if you do, attacking will be a lot easier. Okay, so he plays bishop f5, and he improves this bishop. So let's see, what is he threatening with bishop f5, other than some central light squares? So I'm not exactly sure. Can I just take the bishop now? Yeah, I think my original plan of just taking the bishop on d6 should work here. I isolate his pawn, and I gain control of the bishop here. So I think this might be good for me. His bishop, what is he doing? I can't play h3 right now because he can play queen g3. And then this h pawn would become a weakness. So what are my other options? I can play c3. But oh, I got it. He wants to transfer this bishop to e4. Okay, all right. Because this e4 square is slightly weak, only being protected by my rook. So, okay, well, after knight takes, pawn takes. Maybe I'll try something like b3, getting this bishop out this way, and then just accepting the loss of this pawn. Okay, I'm just going to take. So now I have the bishop pair, and then I'm going to attempt to get this bishop out by fianchettoing it, or maybe even putting it to a3. a3 would look nice because it's pinning this pawn to the king. Oh, here I guess he can play d5, putting my bishop on a defensive square, because I have to probably go to e2 if I want to maintain the bishop here. And, okay, so yeah, he goes with his plan, like I thought, with putting his bishop on e4. And now I'm just going to pin the pawn. So now my bishops are looking pretty nice in this position. But of course, again, he can probably just play d5. Eventually, because he can maybe play king g8. Okay, so he improves his rook to the d file, and then maybe try an exchange sacrifice, because that knight is doing pretty well on, I mean, that bishop's doing pretty well on the e4 square, and I don't want to give up my bishop pair. So this is scary because usually I spend maybe 30 minutes in an over the board game on a positional sacrifice or an exchange sacrifice, but this is a short game. So the idea being, one, I'm maintaining the bishop pair so I don't have to play bishop d3 to get rid of that bishop, and two, it's going to put the knight on a slightly awkward square because it's not really, even though it's a central square, the knight's not really doing too much there. And then I can play d5, and I can use that d4 square for my queen, so I can play queen d4, and then I can finally kick off his bishop with h3, since that pawn isn't going to be threatened by his bishop anymore. So maybe h3, then I'm going to play rook e1. Yeah, something along those lines. So yeah, I'm going to do this positional sacrifice. So here he has pretty much no option other than to just capture, because if he does it, I'm just going to be a pawn up. Alright, and then I play d5. And I'm not worried about trapping in this bishop because now I can just bring it to e2 or to d3. It doesn't really matter. Or maybe even to c6. Alright, so after d5, he has some options. He can play knight e7. Oh, my connection, sorry. So knight e7 is a logical move, and then queen d4. So I'm threatening his knight. I'm putting my queen on a great square, and now I don't have to worry about queen trades because I can just move this knight now. Okay, so he moves to g5. Do I want to trade? Do I have any other option other than to trade? Because right now he's starting to win a free minor piece because I can't capture back with a pawn because it's pinned to my king. So here, okay, so black is threatening knight f5. So if I play something like knight d2, that's going to be too slow and my attack's not going to get anywhere. So I can probably just play knight takes g5, queen takes g5, and then rook f1. Or rook e1, I don't know, rook e1 probably. Yeah, and then I think I should be fine here, and then rook e1. Basically, now, since, remember, this pawn is pinned, so if he plays knight f5, I can play queen e5 here. And now my rook and my queen are working together on the e file. And it's going to be pretty hard to try to kick it out. So yeah, his knight f5 idea is gone. Okay, so he plays f3, so I played the only reasonable move. g3, okay. Okay, so I'm trying to determine a plan for him. Okay, so this entire game I've been on the offensive, obviously, but it's not so clear how I can continue my attack now. Alright, Queen e4 maybe? Queen e4. No need to put my queen on e5 now, I guess. Well, you know, queen e5. Let's try queen e5. That looks more interesting. Oh, and I have 17 seconds. Okay. That's alright. I have a 5-second increment, so I don't have to worry too much about the time. Okay, h6, protecting the queen so it's not pinned, and then I play rook to e4. So now I can play bishop d3, probably. Bishop d3. Okay, so he gets out of the pin, which is a normal move. And then oh, now my queen's hanging. Okay. Where did I put my queen? Okay, let's just queen trade. I'm running low on time. Okay, let's pre-move some stuff so I don't run out. Okay, so here, I don't know. I'm probably just losing here. I'm down 3 points in material. Okay, so maybe that exchange sacrifice wasn't the best idea. So after this, I'm just going to capture the pawn. And now we've proceeded into an endgame where I'm pretty sure this endgame is a loss for me. I'm down the exchange, and there are not a lot of active prospects for me. I mean, I do have the bishop pair, and his king is still in a bad position, but he's going to solve that pretty soon with just like king f7. Yeah, king f7, and then get this here. Because this bishop wasn't really doing anything, right? So I'm going to put it on a more active square. So actually here, maybe I want to play here, because I don't want his rook to come to e8. Yeah, okay, so play that. How do I deal with this a6 push? maybe bring this bishop here. Okay. Put that here. So now, being if he plays a6, he's gonna have a very weak dark square. He's gonna have very weak dark squares here, and I'm gonna have a nice bishop on b6. Okay, so he does play a6. So now I'm just gonna bring this bishop here, and it's gonna be hard to kick. Okay, plays b5. Do I wanna? Okay, I'll play this first. And then c4. Maybe bishop a5, depending on where he goes. Okay, so he plays there, so I'm gonna play c4. So after pawn takes, I can take with the bishop. And I'm gonna try to create a passed pawn on the queen side. So maybe I can draw this, I don't know. I'm under a lot of time pressure. So after knight g6, probably rook. He wants to come here, so I don't want him to get that option. So I'm gonna play rook f2, and then transfer it maybe to the e file. And now this pawn is hanging, remember, so he's gonna have to find a way to defend that. So probably with rook a8, sorry. And then here, this bishop's not doing anything anymore, so I might transfer it to f1 and then to h3. Okay, so he disregards that pawn. So I'm just going to take with tempo on the rook. So here maybe I'm even... No, I'm probably not better, but... Because he has some open files for his rooks. Okay, he checks me. I can play one move. Oh, okay, so now I don't have this bishop move. This is kind of scary now for me. So maybe knight e5. And this pawn's going to be really weak, because he can just attack it with his rooks now. So maybe I have to play rook d2. This bishop to b7 is probably too slow, because one, it confines this bishop to defensive duties of his pawn when I need this bishop for active posts. So maybe I play a4 and then bishop c3. Okay, he moves his rook to a1, so I'm going to d3 or c4. d3. Okay, he can take my pawn now, but I don't. No, he can't. My rook, sorry. Okay, he brings it to a3. I'm going to transfer it to a more active position, and then I might put this bishop on e6. Okay, he moves it there. I'm going to attack his pawn first. Takes the pawn, I'm going to trade rooks and take this, so I'm going to have this passed pawn. Okay, so I'm going to trade rooks. Oh, what? I didn't... Oh, okay. Well, that was a good game. And, yeah, he definitely outplayed me there. I'm going to try to look at this a little bit later on, and I might post a video based on my analysis. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you.